Welcome to ORBIS Corporation. We are a reusable, recyclable packaging company. Our goal is to attract and retain the best people. To do this, we provide a continuous learning environment in which employees are exposed to video and hands-on training techniques. Today, you'll be viewing an instructional training video to provide you with important information on the proper hot wire bending procedure. During this video, you'll be given an overview of the equipment, required safety protection, operation, and application procedure. This will be followed by peer training on the production floor to allow for direct application of your training. This is the hot wire bender. We use it to heat the creases of plastic corrugated and HDPE sheets so that they can be bent at an angle or folded over onto itself. The reason for doing this is that the plastic material has memory and wants to return to its original shape. By heating the crease, it allows a permanent rigid shape to be obtained. You will need to be familiar with this equipment for proper operation. There are two types of hot wire bending units: the single rod and multiple rod. The single rod unit components consist of a heating element and power cord. The multiple rod unit has housing tracks, an electronic control box, alignment stops, and weight racks. When performing the task of hot wire bending, you will need the following personal protective equipment, which will be referred to as PPE. Kevlar sleeves. Take notice of the proper way to wear the PPE. Kevlar sleeves must be worn so that they're covering the entire forearm. When PPE becomes worn out or no longer has the proper fit, you are responsible to obtain replacements through the vending machine. Be aware of your placement of your hands and upper body so that you avoid serious burn from the heated element, as temperatures may exceed 800 degrees. Also, be careful of where you touch the heated part as you are removing it from the hot wire bender, as this may cause a contact burn. Do not leave plastic parts on the hot wire bender unattended, as they may overheat and have the potential to catch fire. Do not use the hot wire bender for anything other than its intended purpose. At no time should items other than plastic parts be placed onto the unit. Additionally, it is important to conduct a 5S and safety inspection of your work area before starting to make sure there are no trip and/or slip hazards present from hoses, lines, and debris on the floor. Before using the hot wire bender, you'll need to review the equipment settings to ensure that it's at its maximum operating capacity. For single rod heating of parts 48 to 96 inches, set length between rods and stop. Locate the power cord and plug it into an available outlet. Locate the control box and turn the power on. Use the display button to cycle through functions and choose the heating rods you will be using to complete your work. Set the rod temperature at 100%. Allow 10 to 15 minutes to warm up. If the hot wire bender does not reach desired temperature, notify maintenance before doing anything further. The control panel does allow you to set specific heating times measured in seconds. This may be helpful to ensure proper heating while multiple parts are being heated. The timer may be set to automatically restart or to beep when you manually need to press start. Once a time setting is achieved, press start. If you need assistance to use this feature on the control panel, ask your supervisor. Remember that the rods are independent of each other, so they can be used together or individually. Prior to heating parts, you will review the first piece assembly and work order, including the prints and operational method sheet, otherwise known as the OMS. Verify that the part or parts you are heating are correct to the print. If the parts or materials do not match, notify your supervisor. Review print for the number of bends, length, and location. Material bend location should be identified by indicator marks. Creases should not be used, as this will allow the material to bend prematurely. In the event that a crease mark was used to indicate the bend location, use extreme caution to heat and bend the material. You will also want to notify your supervisor of the work order error. Place the part onto the hot wire bender, but do not allow for any of the material to come into direct contact with the heating element. Remember that material should never be left in the unit unattended. The material surface should be heated until it becomes flexible and a visual shimmering effect is achieved. Once properly heated, remove the part from the hot wire bender, fold it correctly, and continue on to the next part. Improper bending of a heated part may result in an unusable part and should be discarded. This is an example of an improper bend after heating. At times, it will be necessary to place a heated part into a fixture provided which will help to form the bended shape while cooling. Some parts may require a weighted bar to be set on them instead. This will also aid in the proper forming of the part. When possible, 2 parts or more should be in process simultaneously. In this manner, the first part is cooling while the next part is being heated. You will also want to combine steps when possible. Specifically, if the part calls for 2 bends, you will want to heat them at the same time using the multiple rod unit. Once the part has been placed, press for 5 seconds to allow for bonding. Next, you will need to perform a visual check of the part for quality. When finished using the hot wire bender, turn the power to off and unplug. Remember, the heating rods will continue to be hot for up to 15 minutes after use, so caution is required. If necessary, perform another 5S inspection.